Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time again. PosGlad is back in the building, and we are here tonight with round 8 of the Elite League, the top division, of course, where all the drivers who are kind of basically the top guys all battle it out to become the inaugural RRF1 Elite League Champion. Joining me tonight is, oh my lord, what happened to the Haas? Why is there a Haas against the wall? It's my good old buddy Beer and Kebab. How you doing, my man?
Yes, certainly are. Yes, you introduced me as the Lord. Yes, indeed, it's BK and the Xbox Beer and Kebab, the racing guru and god of F1. Welcome to Sunday race night.
Now, we've had very contrasting race weekends, haven't we, Beer? We'll talk about yours first. Obviously, you had the controversial incident with Antstan. We know we don't do things by house, we go straight into the deep, dark conversation. But obviously, you know, not exactly the most ideal weekend for you. Managed to get yourself a nice, I believe it was 5th positional. No, it wasn't, it was 4th. And talking obviously to stewards, it may get better than that. But my race weekend lasted Q2. And then got booted, which didn't really go. But talking about the France track, I know you've had not really the best of time around here, of course. What kind of things would you kind of point out to the viewers and the drivers, of course? The biggest challenges and problems.
What I'd like to say is with France, this French track, I think the best thing we could do really is get a fucking big bomb and drop it right on it and move on to another country. For all you people watching in France, you know, I'm not going to apologise. You smell, you're fucking ridden with garlic, do one. That's all I've got to say about France, really. But looking at the drivers, well, I mean, it all depends what the weather's going to be like tonight, really. I mean, we had a mixed bag on Friday. We had dry, we had wet. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I think it's a 2-stopper. I believe it stays dry. Could be wrong on that, but I think that's the feeling we got on Friday. If it stayed dry, it would have been 2-stopper. Could be some split strategies in tonight. I think the hardest compound is the soft tyre, I believe. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my audio down the game because it's way too loud. Let's sort that out. Don't want to hear. I want to hear my own voice. I don't want to hear Carl's.
As well, then.
Yeah, there we go. And in fact, I'm going to just drop onto Twitch actually at the moment. I want to get some feedback on the old stream. But yes, should be an interesting one tonight. We got 12 drivers tonight. I'm presuming. To see what tyres he's going out. Yeah, I'm on board with a red. What is that? Force India. Of course, they don't exist anymore. But
no, different team, of course, aren't they now?
Yeah, it's Cookie Chip, Maryland Cookie Chip, hazelnut chocolate, my favourites. He's gone out on the softs, which I think is a good call actually. These tyres should last quite a long way into the race.
AJ and To The Max have actually gone out on ultras, which, to be fair, unless these guys are going to absolutely chong out 2-stop, obviously. I mean, myself, I did a race yesterday with our partner league CSR, and basically, like, I had a very, very terrible race. But I noticed the tyres. The only thing that kind of is wrong with them is the left front and left rear tyres really, really overheat at a rate of knots. I'm not sure, obviously, if that was from my setup or not, but I know there was a few people kind of complaining about the overall tyre temperatures. Johnny Bravo, I believe, is the first guy, if I'm correct, which I'm probably not, because I never usually am, but I am this time. Johnny Bravo on the soft tyres. Oh my god, that pit lane is lethal.
Yeah, it's one of the worst pit lanes. The pit entrances actually on the calendar. It's really dangerous. We had a couple of instances on Friday where we could have had. Actually, yeah, a quick message from Ghost there in the chat. He says he has a small penis. Yeah, I've heard that. I call you Pee-wee myself, like, you know, you are Mr. Smallcock. You know what I mean? How's the voice, by the way? Is it Swizz? Nice to see you on board, Swizz. What's my voice like, mate? Is it Dalek speak tonight? Well, I actually sounded like a member of the human race.
Absolutely perfect. We've sorted it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I didn't sort it, Beer, did I? Never clue what I was doing. Johnny Bravo coming up to the end of Sector 2 now.
Yeah.
Locking at 25.4 through that.
Just for all the viewers, Pos sorted it because quite simply he decided to actually get broadband and bin his dial-up pikey connection, so things are on the move now. Things are looking much better.
Fucking hell, mate, the hamster's been upgraded to a dog, trust me.
We've got Cookie and Airtman. I don't know if they're on fast laps or not, but they're very close together.
I'm going to go quickly and have a little look here.
Ooh,
So literally
right
flipped onto AJ and he went all over the place. I was about to say, literally took a little bit too much curb coming out the corner there. Got a few guys in the stream. Swizz, Jock, Psych, of course, who's currently out on track. That's really, obviously it says Ghost, but it's Psych. Quite impressive how Psych is typing a 1 minute 32.3, setting the pace for us this evening.
Johnny Bravo, yeah, 1:22.3. Oh, mama, good time there. Gets out of the way nicely there as a fucking Ferrari comes flying through at a rate of knots.
But we already had a pit lane incident, and just to kind of say, 12 drivers again, ladies and gentlemen, we are rocking it. Cookie Chip goes first with a 1 minute 30. Oh my, holy mama, a 1 minute 30.9.
Yeah, that's a good time.
That is quite impressive.
That's a good benchmark time. That's very quick on the softs. I'll tell you what, that is quick, because that's as quick as we've seen on the ultras this weekend so far.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. I think our pole time was like a 1 minute 30.5, I think it was, or 30.3, I think. Who I think actually Ghost, ironically, it is Psych, of course, racing in the Ghost profile again. He'll be back under his profile next week, as there is a complete utter crap glitch where if you have a comms ban, it makes you lag like an absolute trooper. Robert goes third with 1:51.0. We're on board with Bingley, who's on ultra softs at the moment. I'm not sure if this lap, if he's going to actually complete the lap. If he does, then he's going to have to beat the time, Beer, on a harder compound.
Yeah, exactly. If you wonder why...
Holy moly, that's a bit wide. Yeah. Go on, mate, sorry.
Psyche's using Ghost profile because, as you're probably aware, got a comms ban because he basically badmouthed everybody on Xbox. He actually spams a voice message, Microsoft saying they're a bunch of complete wankers, and Microsoft turned around and said we're going to ban you for 2 weeks for that, which I thought was quite lenient. I personally would have thrown the book in, banned for life, but that's just me. I'm just hard.
I think the actual reason was, I think he said something about, oh yeah, Bingley does throw the lap, so we're going to go back onto the Haas. I believe that is up to the max.
Robbo's banged in his
lap.
That should be enough here. A 1:31 flat, 1 lap on the supers. Oh, sorry, on the soft compound. I don't think he'll need to go out again. I wouldn't have thought. It's a good time. To the maxes on the ultras, 1:32.2. He'll need to go out again. That time will not make top 10. I don't think he will struggle with that.
Not at all. Not in this league.
Yeah,
like you said, Beer. Sorry to interrupt again, mate. It was a 1:30.0 on the ultras. Sykes just hit a 30.4 on the softs.
Who got 1:30.0?
Ghost. Yesterday, I believe it was his first RRF1 pole position. His second, I think it's only his second or third race
well,
as
you
well.
know
so
why? Because
really,
he's got such a small, because he's got such a small cock, you see. There's less weight in the car, so therefore he goes quicker. It's simple physics, really, when you think about it.
Pee-wee cock streamline. A little bit less aerodynamic, slowing you down.
Yeah, less downforce.
Matt is on a lap here, Beer. We've got Matt on a lap coming around the final corner now. I'm probably going to go on a guided tour lap, probably on Q3 most likely. And Matt comes across the line with us a 1:31.6. Ooh, 3 people with just under half a tenth. Once again, the Elite League pulling out all the stops now. Towley, the man in form, Beer. I believe it's 3 in a row for Towley now, if I'm correct, which I'm, of course, probably not. No, I'm not, because VSR Thomas won in Spain, so absolutely wrong. 2 in a row for Towley.
I
believe it's 3 and 4 he's won.
Yeah, I'll just quite happily let you carry on talking absolute bollocks for 10 minutes, mate. It's most entertaining, actually, unless I'm mistaken. I am mistaken. Actually, that's a Murray Walkerism, to be fair. I've not heard that for a long time.
I was about to say, Bear, I've only been doing this for 2 years. You should have known the first ever commentary with me that was going to be absolutely bleeding shite. Tally with a 1:30.8 at the moment. Psych. He's 4 tenths up on everybody. As you see, Cookie Chip, though, has already, while being in the pits, put on the super soft tyres. I think these guys are going to try and nail the one stop. It's troublesome. I know that Bingley in last night's race, of course, Bingley in the Ferrari currently in the pits at the moment, Beer, did also say in this skill, and of course, he, fresh from his proposal to Psych Zane, he was still waiting on the outcome of that proposal. That'd be quite an interesting one, wouldn't it? A marriage proposal on RRF1, Skill and Psych. Absolutely no sarcasm in my voice whatsoever. That could have been an invalidation there. But yeah, Bingley said that his tyres were incredibly troubled, and you know, it's, even for wheel users, this track is a real punishing little circuit to go on.
Yeah, lots of
How
high speed
were your
corners.
tyres, Beer?
Well,
Were yours okay?
Yeah, mine were fine. Obviously, when the rain came down, it was actually a bind trying to keep heat in them, slipping and sliding everywhere. But say our race was different because we did the second half of the race in the wet, so it was. We seem to have a lot of that in the in our division. We have a lot of wet weather. That's because we're tested, because we're the best. I'll say more than that, really. But
we have an announcement, guys, who are watching on the page tomorrow night. Obviously, it's going to be to do with the leagues. Nothing negative. There's been too much fucking negativity on this fucking page. We're going to be getting a little bit of an opportunity for some of the F3 guys, including yourself, Beer. So we'll obviously announce that tomorrow on the page. It's been panned around a little bit. Robert's actually gone to second, actually, to interrupt myself. Very good interruption. I like interrupting myself.
Cutting yourself off. Interesting.
Mate, cutting my own self off to spite my own face. There you go, new phrase.
Yeah, I think Cookie's just sitting tight. He's going to wait and see what happens at the moment. He's not out yet.
Skilling very good.
He's got the super softs ready to go if he needs them. Looking at times, I think he'll be all right on that. So obviously, there's 12 people, so there's 2 to drop out. Of course, for people who haven't watched this before, just to repeat what we've said before, is whatever tyre you do your fastest lap on in Q2 is the tyre you start the race. Guys who actually miss, are in the drop zone, will have a choice of tyre at the start of the race.
Yep.
And then Q3, everyone puts the fastest tyres on and just goes hell for leather and get the quickest time possible to sort the grid position out. Skillen's jumped in at the 1:30.8. That's a solid time, actually. He's only a couple of hundredths off Towley there. Towley's done a lap as well, the extra lap. I think he must have done an invalidated lap there somewhere. So the cut-off at the moment, I would say, is around about 1:31.4, 1:31.3, something around those marks.
Just have to wait and see basically what the other 3 guys do. I mean, Haynes hasn't actually got on track yet, which is quite a concern.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs
I'm
to
just watching Bingham on that. He's flying around. Is he on a hot one at the moment?
Yep. I think he's just started his hot lap, so he's just coming into the end of sector 1 now. Gets himself a nice little cheeky 24.7. He looks like he's almost struggling, doesn't it? But it's just the way that the track kind of bends round, and it's a really, really awkward track to get yourself into a rhythm, especially around the end of sector 1, beginning of sector 2. It's very tight and twisty. At least that's what I found. I found it really, really difficult in the last week or so to get myself into a rhythm, obviously.
It's certainly tests. I mean, it's obviously driving on a wheel and driving on a pad, 2 different things. Speaking from from a pad user's perspective, I found it very, very difficult. I like to zone in on tracks, like a track like, for example, Baku. A lot of people hate it. I love it because you just get into a zone and you can just pootle around the track and you don't even realise how quick you're going. But I found with France, it's a completely different kettle of fish. There's undulations in the track. There's lots of camber, and there's high speed and slow speed corners. And for me personally, I just never felt like I was in a rhythm. You know?
No, you've got so much to do, haven't you, all the time? As Bingley coming towards the end of his lap here.
Good lap, 1:30.1. Yeah, that's quickest. Yeah, by 3
tenths. That is rather rapid.
That suits him to the ground. Yeah, that suits him to the ground because he'd be comfortably through that time. In fact, I'd be surprised if anyone goes quicker than that. Still waiting for AJ and Haynes to make an appearance. Haynes looks like he's going to be fitting the ultras on. In fact, AJ's just come out of the pits on his hot lap, on an out lap now. In the whatever car that is. It's a white one. Is it Williams, is it?
Is it?
I think it's a Sauber. No, it's Haas.
Sauber.
It's a Haas. No, it's a McLaren. No, it's a Ferrari. It's a Red Bull. Fuck it, it's an Aston Martin. I don't know.
It's a white.
It's a white car with a red blob on it. He's going out on the. He's going out on the soft compound tyre, which is the hardest compound available for this particular circuit. So his target time is to beat Max at the moment, but he'll want to do a low 1:31 to leapfrog Johnny to be safe of getting into Q3. Still waiting for Haynes to make an appearance.
Another factor here, Beer, as well. He's only got about another, I'd say, half a minute.
Yeah, he needs to get his skates on a little bit there.
Yellow flags all across sector 2 and 3. Standard bearing stuff here. I'm watching Cookie Chip at the moment. I'm currently in P6, just underneath the 1:31 bracket, 30.947. But he is on the quicker tyre now, so I believe we're going to start seeing some of these times tumble.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think Haynes is getting out. Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much change now in Q2. I think it's Q3 now. What's interesting is just looking at the quickest time in Q2, 1:30.1 from Bingley. That is quicker than most people's time trials on the fastest compound tyre around this track. That's how fast that. Just to put things into perspective, that's how fast that lap is. That's
we call it the Elite League for a reason, Beer. We call it the Elite League for a reason. I think Bingley's actually. It's going to be interesting because Bingley's not going back out. he is not going back out. In fact, he's
Well,
retired just to kind of sum that up.
Doesn't need to. Absolutely no need to at all. I'd say down to cookie space, everyone's safe. Smoke space and matter going back out, which is understandable. They want to get sub 131s because that will guarantee getting into Q3. Haynes, I don't know what's happened. He's going to call. Unless it's 29.8. Haynes, I presume it's a tactic. Either that or he's gone for a wank. Don't know. It's one of the two because he's not gone out. You know what I mean? I'm on board with AJ at the moment. The AJ's the critical one now. He's on his. He might sneak round for a lap. He's going to be nip and tuck. Robbo's gone fastest in 1:29.3. That's pretty damn quick.
That's on my supers. We're going to see 28s here tonight, I reckon. Easily.
Okay.
That's
an interesting tactic, that going out in the supers. Okay. They need grip position in Q3 now. They really do. Otherwise, they're going to get held up.
Yep.
Right. Anyway,
Bing's not exactly the slowest driver either. I'm on board with AJ, mate, myself at the moment, coming on the final complex.
Sector 3. It's a horrible series of corners as well going up.
Here comes AJ.
Can he break in? Can he break in? Lap here. Yeah, he's done it. 1:30.6.
But
that puts the
we still
max.
have 5 drivers, Beer. 5 drivers coming around, but Max, as you said, is currently in trouble. Smoke Spaceman starting his flying lap. Who else have we got? And Bravo's pulled in, and he's absolutely wiped out the polystyrene board.
It's all down to Max now. He's gone for the supers. It's all down to Max now to try and sneak into Q3. Johnny Bravo is the man in danger. The 1:31.4. He's on the cusp. Can Max nail this lap into the final sector as well now? Can he nail it?
Everybody from 9th position can just go in the pits. It's over for them. They don't need to worry about it. But it is, as you said, all will go on board with Max then. Final
the last corner
on this
good exit
track.
Yeah, this is looking. Oh, it's going to be nip and tuck. Yes, I think he's going to do it. Yes, he's in. He's in. Yeah. So Johnny Bravo drops out. Yeah. I did say 1:31.4 would be the drop-off point. I was absolutely on the mark.
Yeah, you did.
Kudos for me.
The way that it was looking.
Safely through. Yeah. The only thing to the Max would be a bit alarmed about is looking at his time. Yeah, he'll be happy to get through the Q3, but look at the cars above him and their tyre compounds and their lap times. He'll be looking at that, he might be thinking, whoa, blimey, feel a bit disillusioned here. You've got a guy on a softer compound, 2 seconds quicker than me, and you've got guys on the same compound, a second quicker than me, i.e. Bingley. So, It's all down to Q3 now. It's all down to positioning now. I mean, the guys they've obviously sorted their strategies out in Q2. They know what they want to do. It's now down to whether or not they can nail that fast up in Q3 to get the grip position they need to make the strategies work.
Indeed, Beer said like a true analyst that you are, and also as well, looking at it from that point, 2 people then will be starting on the hardest compound. You did allude to that before. Now, Bingley and AJ, but looking at it from the flip side, these guys will have to get up there now. They have set themselves an absolute precedent that they will need to beat the guys such as Syke, Robbo, Cookie Chip. Obviously, I know you said that the guys on the Super Softs have to beat them not to get held up, but Bingley and AJ have to beat them to hold them up. To make the strategy work. It literally is a double-edged sword in that case, isn't it?
Well, I think
do a lap.
Yeah, he didn't go through. I mean, whether that's a deliberate tactic to whether he's sat on the bog knocking one out, or we just it's a tactic to start the race on brand spanking new tyres. If it's a tactic, that's a bit dubious in my book. You always make an attempt, but he could be having a tom tit, could be having a type of warmer Cyclops. Who knows? Could be having a smoke. Could be having a row with the missus.
Could be having a little play with the peewee. Anything can happen.
Yeah, well,
that was for you, Ghost. I saw your comment about leading the spotlight. There you go. Get back into it. So Johnny Bravo and Haynes both eliminated. One Haas driver knocking out the other one. And in fact, Skillen and Talia also on the soft tyre, as is Smoke. So that just pisses all over my theory, doesn't it, really? Half the field on one, half on the other. But you also called this, Beer, how people are on split strategies. This is going to be a really, really exciting Grand Prix, as long as they don't try and murder each other, which, of course, we have seen recently, as you have been on the end of a double murder.
Yeah, my ring piece is still sore, mate. I got shunted at the rear so hard, so many times. It's a miracle I'm here today, mate. You know what I mean?
We've had to specially cushion him up to actually get in there. If fan under the chair.
If car crashes was sexually transmitted diseases, mate, I'll be now facing fucking a death sentence. Do you know what I mean? That's how severe it was. But yeah.
First car on track here, beer. Setting the standard. It is Psych who actually did get into provisional. Well, did top the session. Probably the best one. Provisional pole was nothing, is it?
Junior Mellish, thank you for the comment. He reckons Towley's to win it, and Swizz replies with it's toilet.
Just seen that now. Sure, Towley appreciates that comment.
Yeah, the ghost is looking for a shout out. Blah blah blah. Stop spamming the chat. We shout out for people that we want to shout out to, not people who spam the chat. So keep it coming. By the way, you can subscribe to my Twitch channel if you want. Sub me, and I'll give you a shout out. You know, it makes sense. Get your bits out.
I reckon that's a good deal. That is a good deal.
Yeah.
Get the money out. Come on.
Get your bits out. And I'm talking about the Twitch bits, not your small bits in your trouser pocket, mate.
I just want to give a little shout out to a new follower there as well. XX thank you very much for the follow, as Psych is currently warming up his tyres very nicely there, going from left to right. Make sure you don't hit the wall on either side. That was a funny thing in Canada when Johnny Bravo, or I think it was Johnny Bravo to the max, literally went off the track warming their tyres up in Canada, which is rather an amusing feat. Good to have you back though, Bear. Obviously,
yeah, absolutely,
big championship fight at the moment. I think the gap is, bloody hell, gap now, I believe is 20 points, I think, back to Rob now. Or from Rob to Tally, I believe. Not come prepared.
I need to now get the computer back. Well, it's on the laptop, and the thing is, if I sit at the laptop, because it's actually on the laptop screen right now, I've got to squint to see the TV. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because I'm a posh bloke, I'm going to fire up the desktop PC, which is next to the Xbox, in 4K. And I'm going to do some multitasking here, and I've also got the tablet in front of me with the Twitch stream, with the chat. So, by God, I'm a streaming god now. Like, you know what I mean? Dr. Disrespect, you've got fucking nothing on me, you muppets. I'm the god. Anyways, I'm just going to fire up the desktop.
Fucking millionaire mogul bastards. So we've got Psych. Everyone's on their outlap. Everyone is out on track.
They're all just jostling around at the moment. Yeah, I think they're jostling around for position at the moment, give themselves the best possible opportunity. I noticed some of the cars were letting other cars pass. They're going to try and get toes. It's all tactical stuff, you know, this F1 racing, it really is. But anyway, yeah, here we go. Got Cookie's, I think he's away and gone. Is he the lead car? I think he might be.
I think Psych is at the moment. I hope I'm on the lead car. I was going to look like an absolute twat following him around for like 2.5 laps.
I need to get the spectator menu thing up again. I keep forgetting to do that. Enabled.
For some reason, they just don't bloody put it. They just don't keep it up on the page, do they? It's ridiculous.
No.
All they need to do. Well, there's a lot wrong with this game. We're not going to go blabbing about that. I mean, I think me and Baker literally do a whole 6-year podcast about what's wrong with this game. But by the time we do that, we missed F1 24 and 25, and then we have to get another game to moan about them. But anyway, Psych coming round at the second to last and the last corner.
This is a quick one. This is a quick one.
I think we're going to be in 28 here. No, we're not. Low 29, 29-2.
Yeah, good
and
time.
it's a validated anyway.
Oh, is he?
Validated.
Oh dear.
Second
That's without
three, I believe. We're going to go to Robbo. Robbo next. 29-0. We're off the mark. 2/10 of a second quicker, I believe.
Here comes Cookie. 29.6 for Cookie.
So both Force Indians setting nice early benchmarks. They can literally now be, as you said before, get yourself back in the pits, jump back in, get yourself back out on track. That's once you get that one lap in. If you invalidate, more pressure on yourself, of course.
Yeah, smoke space.
It's not. It's Bingley. I was on about Bingley.
No, I'm on with Smoke.
Oh, you're on Smoke.
130 flat. Yeah.
Smoke.
Here comes Skillen.
Let's have a look here.
Round the last corner, Skillen. What's he going to do?
No, I've just seen Scotty. I know I didn't send it, but I've told him where he got it from, and he said okay. 29.7 for Skillen. AJ 29.5. Times are flying in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Good times.
Towley with
very
the
good
one
times.
29.3. Bleeding hell. So, Ghost, to answer your question, your time at the moment would have put you, ignoring the fact that your name is appearing and Psych is doing some crazy grass cutting, even though there's no grass on the track. He's done a good job then in that case, because there's no grass left. Would have put you just above Matt. To the max then comes down, steaming towards the line and goes in with a 30.024, very close between him and Spaceman, while he's 17 1,000th of a second.
Good comment from Swizz, a very apt comment from Swizz in the chat. He's never seen the rain on the Elite. Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing, Swizz. I've been thinking the same thing, mate. These guys get away with bloody murder, mate. You know, that's what I say.
Have they actually had any rain?
I mean, They call the F1 League the Elite League. They call the F2 League the Ghost League.
We got
the Tumbleweed League.
Everyone's in a line.
And the F3 League, the F3 League, they call the Elite League. Because we get it all. It's a convoy. We have a great big convoy.
We've got a convoy back to the pits. I was looking, I was like, why is... Oh, Matt spun. Oh dear. No, I think he's trying to... Wow, that could have been disastrous. Let's absolutely face it. That was somewhat of a dull move, but I hope it was just for pure entertainment there. And guess what?
Good track.
Spoiler.
Hang on, good one from Cyclist. As the track feels very slow. No, it's you that is slow, not the track. Don't make excuses now.
Says the guy who got a 1 minute 29.3. Yeah, so that's good, but mate, you can at least get a 1 minute 22. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, seriously. Sunny race, dry race. Oh, we didn't get what we wished for.
Swizz, yeah, elite move there. I'm totally with you, Swizz. Exactly. Yeah, there's some funny shenanigans going on with the lobbies when they set the lobbies up here.
Yeah, it's. I was gonna say, I hope not, but still, I don't.
You see, Poz is racing. Have you seen this, Swizz? Poz is he's struggling to get the words out there because he's hiding something.
I think it's funny. I think it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'm absolutely on the Illuminati fucking conspiracy, you know. So let's have a little look here, guys, as it is the calm before the storm. Currently, the qualifying standings, obviously the perfect ultimate subject dodger. Thank you very much, Fairbeer, for getting me out of that hole. Robbo 29-0, Bingley 29-2, 3 for Townley, 5, they're all 29s, can't be asked saying the same thing again. 5, 6 and 7 for AJ, Cookie Chip and Skillen respectively, and into the 30s we've got Smoke Spaceman to the max and Matt. A good thing to the max, Sir Bear, he's actually in and amongst the guys. I mean, you did make a point earlier, didn't you, that guys who are on the soft tyres, will he be dreading the fact of, you know, will he be able to get out and get up there with them? The answer at the moment is pretty much yes. He's only a few tenths off the guys he was in the midst of by being on the quicker tyre. So yeah, remains to be seen obviously what the next run was about.
It's pretty close. I wonder if anyone's going to break into the 128s. That's going to be interesting. You got to fancy Robbo to break into the 128s because we know what he's like. He's what's the right word? Arrogant wanker? No, that's too hot. He likes to set the benchmark. He likes to put his foot down and say, right, that's it, boys. Catch that if you can, and you're not going to catch it. That's Robbo. So he's going to try and break into the 128 here.
I think we might get a few here. I think there's a few good candidates for pole. Obviously, we've seen Syke top a session with the 29.2 on Supers. Curious to know how these guys aren't going too much quicker than their harder lap times. Are they kind of hiding anything or kind of not putting everything on the table in front of us here, or are they going to start showing us in this session?
This is your conspiracy Illuminati stuff again coming out, isn't it? You've been watching too many YouTube videos, mate. No, I totally agree.
Mate, honestly, I have. I spent the whole morning. Genuinely did. It was quite cracking.
Yeah,
unsolved mysteries I've been watching today.
Just for the viewers, quick run down the championships to let you guys know. Robbo's leading with 141. Towley's on 123, so it's 18 point gap between first and second. Bingley is third on 59 to the max, 55, and Sykes on 42. Just to give you the top 5 of the championship. So at the moment, it's a two-way battle between Robbo and Towley. So looking at the potential grid line, this is going to be interesting. And Bingley's in 30, obviously, but he's looking to get back into contention. It's a long way behind at the moment, 64 points. Look at this behind. Is that league table right? That just looks strange to me. Yep. Robbo 141, Towley 123, and then at 80, and a 64 point gap.
Sharing points. I think they're the only two who've actually got the top
apart from Robbo and
Here we go to the max then, Beer.
There we go, 130.
It's not improved because it was an outlap.
Yeah, there we go.
Is it? That is weird.
He's going again.
He's matched his time.
Yeah, that's identical. That's an identical time.
He did it all on lean mix, or one on the battery. Here comes Syke then, and that
how do you tell that, mate?
Stunning outlap.
How do you tell that?
Go on to lap date telemetry.
Yeah.
The little blue box. I didn't mean to say lean mix. I actually meant to say RRF1.
I got it. Yeah. I got it. Good. Cheers, mate.
I'm not sure if Syke's invalidated. He did run very, very wide onto the curb then. We've got, I believe, Towley is the next guy after him. The max.
I've got yellow in sector 3.
closer. Anyway, I don't know who that was, but we've got to the max here. Rolling now on this flying lap. I think he's going to be the first one around. Don't quote me on that, Norwich Union. Right, so we have got then all 10 guys out on track now.
Tally's at 1:29.3. He's just improved his time slightly. He's going again. Smoke Space made a mistake somewhere. He'll be have to go again. He's got a car behind him. He can't dawdle too much. Just looking at Psych at the moment. Yeah. I'm just watching Psych. It's McLaren, isn't it? He's in Sector 3 at the moment now. It's a terrible, horrible part of the circuit. You have to be on the ball. You make a mistake here, it costs you so much time. It's a really difficult part of the circuit to drive.
That lap time isn't going to get the job done, in fairness. That's a 1 minute 32.7. That's absolutely 31.7. That is nowhere.
No, I don't think Ghost is going to do it. He's backed off. He's going to now floor it and go for another fast lap. Yeah.
Well, we're now in the time scale where it's one and done. This is literally
do and die. Yeah. AJ just did a 4 minute 33 according to the time screen. There's something wrong with that. That's F3.
F17, I was about to say. So we got, I believe, Psych is coming around. Let's have a little flick through. Who have we got coming around on their flying lap? Smoke Space Man,
Robbo.
I believe.
Robbo Sector 3.
Straight over to Robbo. Oh, we got another one. Who is it? It is AJ on the outlap, obviously. God's sake.
Here comes Robbo. He's coming into the last couple of corners now. This is looking pretty damn quick. Yeah. Oh, lovely way through the corner.
Jesus Christ.
Can he break one? No, yes he is. 1:28.9. He's broken into the one. I did tell you he's going to stamp his authority on this. Good, that's an outstanding lap. Nice lap, Robbo.
Good performance here, but it's not the end. It is not the end of the story. Skilling and Smoke Spaceman.
Bingley Sector 3.
Improve. Bingley Sector 3.
Couple of 3 corners to go.
It's to the max next.
Now this is position because Bingley, don't forget, is starting on the softs.
Yep, it's exactly what we called, but to the max, here we go. First of all, to the max, comes around, straight across the line, and there's no win again.
I think Bingley's just a little bit slower, but here he goes. I don't think it's quite there. Oh yes, he's got it, 1:28.7, outstanding. He made it up in the last 2 corners. That is suiting him because he is starting on the hardest compound tyre, I believe, so that is an outstanding call. Superb lap by Bingley.
1:29.0, Psych just goes third. We've got the Salvers to come across, and Matt coming
what can Towley do? Towley in Sector 3?
Matt improves. We've got AJ and Matt both together here at the moment, so Robbo has been beaten again for qualifying.
Towley's bombed out. He's given up.
Towley's bombed out. AJ, it's only AJ then.
I just got to say, with Bingley's lap time, that has really played into his hands because he has now got position. It's all down to the start now. Who's going to be quickest off the line, him or Robbo?
Same here. Another soft tyre starter. AJ has just gone into third.
Oh, outstanding.
29.041. Towley is down in 5th.
Now, obviously,
quick.
I need to go for a quick ciggy, mate. This would be sharpish. As far as Robbo's concerned, of course, he in theory should get a better start being on the quicker tyre, but he's going to be on the dirty side of the track where that's going to possibly compromise his start, but he should in theory have more grip off the line. So the start is now crucial.
I'll be 1 minute, guys. Just going to go and find my cigarettes.
Yeah,
I'll leave you on hands a bit for 2 minutes before I get back.
Well, Bingley's on pole, the 1:28.7. Robbo 1:28.9 is not up between them. Obviously, they'll be starting on different compounds. AJ slipped in there, the superb 1:29 flat, beat the Ghost by just 5/100ths of a second. Towley, an unusually introspective Q3 performance, 1:29.3. I think he might be a bit disappointed with that, but there's a long race to go. Cookie 6, Skill in 7th, Smoke Space 8. We got to the max in 9th, and then we got Matt 10th. Of course, we have who is it? Haynes and Johnny Bravo. Of course, they'll be starting at the back row of the grid. So let's have a look at some chat here. One from the Ghost to his to Psych. Yeah, Psych's a bottle job, absolutely. Pastor Maldonado. Yeah, well, he hasn't crashed yet. Anyway. Weather update. It's actually going to be cloudy at the end. There you go. So, good. Yeah, I agree with Spiz. Yeah, stick to F3. More fun. Be a arse out loud. Apart from when Marley comes with the wrecking ball. Yes, we all know who that is. But it happens in it races. You know, I wasn't too happy, but it was a lifetime ago now. I've forgotten about it. Move on to the next race, wherever the hell that is, Austria, I believe. And I'll get my win there because I want to go top of the table in F3. But yeah, we've got a fantastic race here. We've got the front row on different strategies here, and that to me that makes for exciting racing. So we got was it Robbo first, Towley second, and I think it was AJ. I think AJ also starting on the softs in third. So and as we know, turn one is not easy. It's a slightly adverse camber left-hander, then follows into a right-hander. Then there's a bit of a run down to another tight corner at turn 3, which is a strange one because it's one of those corners a bit like China, where it just the turn one at China where it just tightens up and tightens up and tightens up. It's a twisty turn track. You've got some high-speed corners. You've got some low-speed corners here as well. It's a real mixture. It's really tough for the drivers. So a message for Pos, is he racing PCT? I'm presuming that's Project Cars too. I don't know. He's gone for a cigarette at the moment, guys, so I can't tell you. I'll put the question to him when he gets back. Message from Zany. My only hope is I retained the race pace from last night. Presuming that's a different. Was that the sister league you were racing in last night, Zany? Is that what you're referring to? Of course, yes. For the guys who don't know, also on a Monday night we run a Project Cars 2 league as well. Not too sure about who's streaming that. To check with Pos. And then on Thursday, Pos will be streaming again for the next round of RRF, which will be in Austria. Friday will be RARA, I think, with possibly myself if I'm available to commentate on Friday. And then, of course, they have the Elite League to round up the weekend next Sunday, which will be myself and Pos. Ghost, he reckons Team 9 will claim one car. I hope it's McLaren driver. Yes, okay. 16 viewers so far. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Obviously, this is Positively Glad's Twitch channel, but yeah, if you like the content that you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, and if you feel particularly generous, hit the subscribe button. You can subscribe through Amazon, Twitch, or you can buy bits. Anyway, I think Pos has just come back now, so I'm going to hand over to him so I can go for a very quick cigarette, and I'll leave you the dulcet tones of Positively Glad.
Because it's night time and I have to be quiet. But yes, guys, I am back and we have got 12 drivers here ready and rolling beer, promoting the channel, guys. Yeah, like I said, if you do like what you see, hit the follow button. If you're feeling generous, give us some bloody cash. If you don't worry about it. You're going to be getting the same content regardless anyway. Anyway, let's get you guys involved. Predictions, guys, in the comments. What are you thinking? Personally, myself, it all boils down to the start. I know Bingley's starts have been somewhat questionable, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see if he can hold it together for this particular start. Obviously, he's not had, as I said, the best starts in the past, but hopefully he can turn it around here and hopefully get himself a much, much better little run into Turn 1. Turn 1, of course, is very, very crucial. A very, very dangerous corner as well if you don't get the actual corner nailed in that sort of sense. But as I am just looking for my charger plug now, otherwise the tablet will die very, very quickly, which is slightly a cause for my concern. Don't know why that's gone out, but anyway. Ah, there it is. Lovely. Right, so I'll be able to charge this and still see the comments, hopefully. So that is fingers crossed. Right, let's get this charged in. All smoked out, ran back in the house, so I'm a little out of breath, standard smoker thing. Let's have a little look here. And we are going, ladies and gentlemen, on the formation lap. We are ready to roll. Christ, that was a quick wait today, but I guess everybody is ready and rolling. Yes, we have got everyone off the line. Brilliant. And is Haynes going? That is a big question. He is, so Haynes is here, so we managed to get back, as Beer said, from his jerk-off. But here we go then, formation lap, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to roll. The guys will be looking to get their tyres warmed up, of course. If you do get knocked out of the formation lap, that is a tyre killer, especially round here. Oh, God. Oh, dear me. Come on. Let's charge it. Damn it. I think I'm rolling there. Yes, we are. Brilliant. So, Swizz has said that Towley, or Toilet, Bingley. Psych said he'll bottle it, so that remains to be seen. Of course, Psych, as I said, racing on Ghost's account. To avoid any confusion, 12:05, ladies and gentlemen. Guys who are not here due to work commitments at the moment, of course. So, and obviously Colt didn't get into the lobby, of course. So, formation lap ready to roll, and you have now got a commentary partnership. Here we go then. We'll keep it on positions changed immediately here. Bear, welcome back. What are your thoughts, mate? This is going to be a corker.
What my thoughts was that piece stung a little bit. I think I might have to go down to the doctors. That's my immediate thought. But apart from that, looking on the race, yeah. It all depends at the start, really. Bingley's in pole, but obviously Robbo will be looking to get off the line faster. Might have a bit more mechanical grip with those softer compound tyres. On the dirty side of the track, though, Robbo will be all over the back of Bingley. You can be sure of that. Of course, AJ Air, he might try and get a bit of tow up to turn one. Also on the, I believe on the soft. I need to stick the spectator menu up again. Bloody game! Come on, Codemaster, sort this out
myself.
The next time. Jesus H Christ.
6 guys on the supers, 6 on the softs.
Yeah, we've got a real mix. We've got top 10. We've got 5 guys starting on the supers and 5 guys starting on the soft tyres. So I'm just looking. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Because it's showing us Clutchy, Ben, Swanee, and VSR, but they're not actually racing, are they? They're just part of the championship. Okay. Johnny Bravo's. By the way, Johnny Bravo in the length is opting to go on the soft, so the longest stint. Here we go.
We've got the 5 red lights coming
2,
on, ladies and
3,
gentlemen.
4, and
we
5.
missed out on the 4th one on my screen. And of course, in the famous words of Crofty, it is lights out, and away we go here around Paul Ricard. Our first gun, we've already got a 3 wide situation going on
already.
back here.
Bingley's on defensive on the inside. I think he should have the line going to turn one. Or AJ's having a look at the inside there, but Robbo's just swinging around Bingley. Oh, my goodness me, he's got it. Yeah, Robbo takes the lead.
Cars all over the place.
But Bingley's coming back. Bingley's coming back, but Robbo's got the line going to turn 3. Robbo's got the line. Yeah, Robbo takes the lead. I think he should be safe there. He's giving room for Bingley though. Good driving.
3 wide. 3 wide just behind.
Oh, we've got McLaren Zadie coming flying through there. Yeah, good move there. Cookie ran. I think AJ went a little bit wide there.
He's going to have to literally cut the corner to avoid. Yeah, that's a
AJ's got a
3 second. He had to do it.
3 second penalty.
If he didn't do that, that would have been absolute catastrophe. 17 viewers, guys. Thank you very much for the viewership. They've gone. Psychic to 3rd as well. Look at the carnage behind. Skillen, oh my god, and AJ is absolutely bombed down here. That one corner.
Yeah, that's cost him badly. He's dropped down to 8th.
Matt as well. Matt having a little run. There's still, look at everybody literally in a line here. Haynes had himself a nice little start, cheekily get himself in front of Johnny Bravo there. Smoke Spaceman comfortably in the battle, but we got the top 3, I'd say, have got away, and then everybody else is just literally all over each other. And Haynes there, a little bit of a nudge on Smoke Spaceman. I think it was more of a car bash rather than a deliberate collision, you would say. And Matt and AJ still going.
Cookie's looking to pass Townley here, I think, on the start-finish straight course. Cookie on a faster compound tyre. He's right up behind.
He's going to have to get it done.
Behind Townley.
Has to get the move done here.
Of course, no DRS Cookie's race until lap 3. Just slipstream him. He's just sitting behind. The key thing is the exit out of turn 2 is a critical factor. That's how Robbo managed to take the lead there. Got a lovely slingshot through that corner. Here they go now.
I'm going to make a point here, by the way.
Cookie is
just to interrupt really
quickly.
Cookie
is right in the back here. He might be looking to try and switch, take the inside line possibly. No, he stays behind him.
Good covering by Sally.
Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, now this is basically the difference in the skill level. Not disparaging the guys in F3, of course. But I'm going to allude now to handstands manoeuvre on yourself. Did you notice that everybody in turn 1 could have stuck it up the inside there? They could have absolutely gone for it. And there's a 50-50 chance, especially on this track, that it could have paid off.
Oh, there's a nudge there. Cookie's just nudged Townley there under braking. There's no damage done. Just a gentle love tap from behind. It was a slight penetration.
Bit of a rim job, so to speak.
Yeah, it was a tongue-tickling rim job. But he's around the outside.
No, I'm going to stop it.
Cookie's going around the inside of, I think. Oh, it's just nip and tuck.
Tally will have momentum.
Tally's no, Cookie's through.
Cookie's done it.
Cookie's through. Cookie's gone through.
What a move.
But Bingley's going up. Tally's got the inside again. Oh, he's made a mistake. He's gone too wide. A little bit of wheel rubbing there. Townley gets position back there. Yeah, I think Cookie just overcooked it on the brakes. He just went in a bit too deep. And Townley, the opportunity, said, thanks very much. I'll take that position back and knacker your tyres that a little bit more.
DRS enabled here. I'm not going to go into our...
Oh, Cookie is
last
right
point
at the
because we've got
backside here.
Haynes.
Is he going to have a
Haynes
look
as
in
well.
yet? Cookie's having a look there, going into turn 1.
Cookie's having a go.
I think he's gone there.
He's not going to get the move
He's
done.
going to go for a switchback. He's gone wide. That's allowed Skilling in freeway. Oh, Towley's lost 2 places there by the looks of it. Cookie's through.
Or has he?
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah, Skilling's got the job done.
A bit of a barge by Skillen. Oh, hello.
No, that was okay.
He's
that
got
was
the move
okay.
done now.
Yeah, he went defensive on the inside there. Has he held
Haynes
it?
and
Yes,
AJ
he's held
behind
it.
the wheel to wheel. Haynes and AJ. Haynes can pull this off. What a move.
Yeah,
And he's done it.
Haynes is through.
What a move by Haynes. Really opportunistic at the same time, but Towley's coming back.
Towley is coming back. Is he going to go switch to the
coming back on him.
inside? On Skilling. Yeah, Towley's got to give some room there.
Christ.
Yeah, the 3 safety.
room.
Good drive in that. They just picked the penalty. A second penalty. The Skilling's got to go defensive here. I think this is a fast corner. This is a fast right-hander. For full 40, you don't have to lift off at all through here. They're so close. And Cookie.
Look how close they are.
And he got to the max.
escaped.
He got to Max in the mix now as well. He's right behind the 2 Hasses. And Haynes, of course.
No, Haynes, of course. Haynes right there as well. They need
Skilling's one wide.
Skilling, where the hell's he gone there?
Does he? Should he be? No, he didn't gain. Did he gain advantage? No, not really. I think we can allow that one.
Not really.
He went off track,
He's all
but
over the place, so he's done that about 4 or 5 times already, Bear.
Yeah.
4 or 5 times Skilling in 3
we're on lap
laps.
4, but he's done 5 laps already of Skilling.
In terms of kilometres on the track.
He did
gain
gain it. He did actually gain a little bit of advantage. He gained about 3 or 4 car lengths off the track. Off. But Towley's all over the back of him again. Got to the max in the mix as well.
Later, Beer as well. All these guys are on flip reverse tyres as well, so the guys like to the max and Haynes will be swallowed up from the guys behind him, and the one that I'm intrigued by is Bingley and Robbo.
Yeah, because Bingley,
Robbo is really stoic right now.
Yeah, Robbo is not dropping Bingley at all. The gap's 1 second.
Nice sort of battle there for 10th as well. We'll keep a little beady eyes peeled on that one. Might be as much.
10th, 11th, and 12th. Yeah, they're all right there. There's so much going. He's going to be inside. Yeah, he's got that under brake in. Nicely done.
Well, that's really nicely done. Lovely. He held the apex so nicely as well, especially coming down the inside. You sometimes see people run really wide after taking a bit more of a burst on there, but he really held that beautifully. Towley up to 5th position. Will Skillen be able to fight back? But I think Skillen has his
Skillen's got
Mato Bravo.
Yeah,
Mato Bravo. Not even in the points in the fight. Look at this. Wheel to wheel. Soyton's right there. Matt gets the move done. In fact, no, he keeps Bravo down in 11th, but it's not over there yet. We're going to flick back up.
Skillen's got his rear view mirror full of a Haas at the moment, so he's looking to try and catch up with Towley, but he's being mindful of what's going on behind him. He's got a Haas and he's got Haynes as well, and AJ's carrying a few penalties, but he's right in the mix. He's actually very tight. Look at that. They're almost nose to tail, about 7 or 8 cars down the start-finish straight there. Cookie's made the jump now. Well, I don't know.
He's been wheeled back in about half a second within about half a lap when Towley got through.
That's 1.2 seconds. Haynes picks up a penalty.
Skillen got one as well, both at that corner. That is a lethal corner. Look up to the max defending from Haynes, which has allowed AJ to get right back into the mix again. Matt's down to 12 now.
Skillen's just
seemingly have escaped.
Yeah, Skillen's just pulled out a bit of a lap here. Now we're going to have a Haynes on max here, possibly on DRS.
On board. Let's have a look here. How close do you want to get to the back of the car?
Very close. Will he have it under braking?
Every millimetre of the slipstream. No, he doesn't.
Max is fighting, and he holds him off. Good defensive driving. And that's allowed. That's allowed AJ to pull right up behind him as Max to go a little bit defensive as well. But look at them, they're flying around there. Haynes has got a bit wide there, he's got a bit deep. Now Max has got to go up the inside here. It's all about under braking. I think it's the other way around, mate.
Haynes is going for him. It's Haynes. Haynes has done him.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Inside.
And AJ's right up behind, pushing hard. Sexual innuendo there.
We'll edit that one out, mate. I'm making a mistake anyway. We need an editor. They're doing real money editing some of my crap, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what, tally on Cookie here. You want to watch this one, little buff of DRS here. Might have a look at, might go for the slingshot move, turn 1, turn 2. This is Tally on Cookie.
We know is very adept. Skiller is very adept to a little slingshot move. It's pretty much line astern as we are at the moment here, lap number 6. 22 views as well, but holy bleeding mother of cow. Jesus Christ, everyone's tuning in. Thank you for watching, everybody. These guys are giving it some here today. Half a second between
Skilling,
Skilling
had a little look there at the back of Towley's car. I thought, I fancy a bit of that, but it's too risky at the moment. So, but Towley, I mean, Cookie's had to go defensive now. I think he could be really vulnerable here. Towley could breeze past his Skilling.
Really vulnerable indeed, mate.
Opportunistic move. Towley flies past him there. Job done. And now Cookie's going to be under pressure from Skilling
as well.
Yeah, same as Skilling. Skilling's on the soft tyre. And you have to wonder whether these the tyre temperatures are causing problems already. Skilling's having a look at Cookie under braking.
Look at the lead.
Oh, he's
sorry to interrupt you. Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
Bingley's all over.
Well. Sorry, mate. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going back for the battle you mentioned.
I'm used to it. You've got to stop. You've got to stop that.
Only for
you
2
like
years.
You like it on the track, mate. He's a dive bomber on track and a dive bomber in the commentary booth. Nah, just kidding.
Hey guys, the only ever SF1 admin to get 3 penalties in 1 season. Trust me, I am not dirty, I promise.
Yeah. Got a new follower there.
New follower.
38. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Give the shout out. I couldn't see the name. It was a bit bright blue for me. Bingley's having a little go here. Bingley, I think the supers, beer as you called,
they might be starting to
just at the end of their life here.
Well, it could be tyre temperatures because don't forget it's a dry race. They could be struggling with temperature now. Overheating on these ultra these softer compound tyres. Bingley, I think, will be looking to possibly, if he get a good exit in the 2 quarters time, have a run at DRS. I'm going to stay on board with this one for a minute. It's a still nice battle for 9th place as well. 4-car battle for 9th.
Is it 4? There's another one in there now. Matt's caught back up. We've got a 5-car battle for 9th.
Well, he goes,
as in real
Bingley,
F1, you watch the top of the grid first, don't you?
Here we go. Who's brave under braking?
Bingley.
Robbo's trying to hang it in there, but I think Bingley's got it done.
Bingley has nailed it, and this is crucial for Bingley's season. He's had possibly the worst start in any league that he's ever been in before.
I think now
he can finally.
Robert's got to really think. Robert's going to have to think. He'd be thinking, hang on a minute, what is going on here? I'm on the fastest tyre. I was on pole, and I've just been passed.
This
is not good.
Battle for 8th. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, AJ is right up there. He's having a look at. Haynes went a little bit wide there. 4-car dance here.
Haynes, where's Haynes?
No, sorry, Max. Sorry.
Oh, I thought he was in that. No, I thought he was in that group.
Haynes
got Max, didn't he?
Yeah,
sorry, he did.
He's actually pulled out a couple of seconds now on Max. To be fair, now Max though he's under pressure because he's got 3 cars behind him on the soft tyre, on the harder tyre. But those tyres, of course, will last. And they won't heat up as quick as well. So Max under some serious pain. He's binning it. He's going to the pits. Is he? Yeah. Thanks a bit. Oh, hang on. Jesus Christ, that was close. That was, he went in so deep.
They need to sort this pit lane out, don't they?
Yeah.
Spaceman profits.
Spaceman's gone around the outside of AJ. Has he held it? It's nip and tuck. It's nip and tuck. He's done it.
Lovely move.
Here comes Johnny Bravo.
Bravo in the Haas.
Mama.
Bravo in the Haas. These guys are still fighting. You do that every time. You do it every time. You just want to get that plug in for Johnny Bravo. Man, I'm pretty. Haynes as well on Cookie Chip as well. There's action up and down the field. Ladies and gentlemen, this video along with F2 will be uploaded tomorrow afternoon to let you know. Just because I'm a little bit busy after the race.
But the car went wide there. One of the full-way battle cars went wide. I don't think he gains the advantage, but he was sitting off the track. He certainly would have picked up a track extension for track warning. A warning for track extension. Get the bloody words out, you donkey.
For the Max, Beer is going deep into this race. He's already on the soft tyre. That is 20 laps he's going to have to do. We've seen him do it before. Remember Monaco, with the 2 Haas cars, managed to put 35 laps on the harder tyre.
Bingley is starting to drop Robbo at the top.
The supers are just ruined, aren't they? I think. Look at this.
Yeah.
Haynes on Cookie Chip. Haynes on Cookie Chip. Will he be able to hang it on the outside? Haynes is a rather nice for this league.
Cookie gave him room. They're nipping. Look how close they are, viewers. Look at that. How close. Because Cookie will be looking to take that back. He's got it done.
That bit is a poster child for how to pull off an overtaking manoeuvre.
Cookie's had enough. Cookie's had enough. He's in the pits. Matt's picked up a 3-second penalty.
Jesus, man. We're watching the 4-way battle now, which ironically has been promoted up to 7th place now. All these guys are now running in the points. Obviously, all have to pit again. And you've got to be thinking,
look at this.
You've
got AJ's having look. I just backed out there. Oh, AJ's gone wide. He's going to have to.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo's gone wide. He's going to have to.
Who's who? I
don't
don't even know.
know.
Look here.
It is so
What a
bleeding
crap
tight here.
camera angle. He just let through. AJ's let Bravo through.
Yeah, he had to
Bravo and
let
Haas
through,
up
'cause
into 8th.
He went wide there, AJ coming out turn 2.
Gotta say, what a stinking season AJ's had. Always in the top 4 or 5 in qualifying. Always has something happen to him in the race and always ends up down the bottom. Poor guy. Really, really struggling at the moment. But obviously, it all depends on what happens just looking at. You can still see, though, Beer, quite interestingly enough, a lot of the races we've had, the top 2, 3, maybe 4, have dropped the field. Not this race.
Yeah,
Gaps are really, really small.
Bingley's pulled up a 2.5 second gap over Robbo now. Robbo's tyres are trying to hurt. He's obviously waiting to ditch these supers to put the soft compound on. They might well be able to go to the end of the race on these when they do the pit stop. I would say quite comfortably. Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say if the
but here
bottom
we
2
are.
guys are going to be going to the end, you'd expect it, wouldn't you? But go on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually,
He's got Johnny Bravo all over his backside. AJ is just 6/10 down now. Obviously, these cars will have DRS apart from the lead car, which is smoke space. So Johnny Bravo will be looking to make a pass here, I think, very shortly. Start, finish straight, turn 1, turn 2. Here we go. All depends on the exit. All cars staying out. I don't think he's quite close enough to make a move here to turn 1, but he'll be looking to get a superb another penalty for back skilling. Here comes Johnny Bravo.
Bravo couldn't get the move done.
Yeah, he had to
get the
back
move
off.
done.
He had to get back off a little bit actually, which just compromised his straight line speed there. He was actually too close to smoke space going through the chicane, and he had to back off slightly.
Battle for 4th position still raging on then. Towley and Skillen. Of course, remember Cookie Chip was a part of that little battle as well. He was just behind them, and he has pitted, so it's going to be interesting to see where Cookie kind of fits back in after the pit stops come around. 0.6 of a second now between Skillen. He did have DRS, so it's down to 4. Notice something else as well over there. Psych, aka Ghost, aka Psych. I'll run back onto that battle really quickly. We'll touch. Oh God, great defensive driving there by Smoke. Perfect. Actually, time to go back on just to showcase that battle. The bar of the battery, the ERS, is really.
Here comes Johnny Bravo.
Anyway, so we have to harbour. Is he going to do it? You just want to do that again.
Brave move down the inside. He's going to have to
What a
back
camera.
off. Oh, is he going to have a look here?
He's going for it.
No, I think Smoke Space should still have the line going through. All the touch of wheels there, but I think Smoke Space should have, because this corner tightens up. So yeah, so you're only going to get one abreast through there. Yeah, good defensive driving by Smoke Space.
Well.
Picked his braking spots. Yeah, we've got some cars pitting. We've got Robbo and Ghost in the pits.
Psych.
And the Psych, yeah.
Whoever the hell they are, we don't care.
Now, I'm going to stay on board. I'm just wondering if Ghost can jump in the pits here.
Bravo and Smoke Spaceman side by side going into turn 1. Bravo,
Nope.
I think may have the move done here. He does. Bravo's done it. He's overtaken him. Oh,
Good move there.
He
picked up a penalty in the
collateral.
bit of collateral damage there. They hold position in the pits there. Robbo's got out cleanly ahead of Zany.
Haynes really doing a bit of justice here this evening. Go on, mate, what are you saying?
For Bingley now, it's now hammer time. I hate that cliche, but it is now. He's got to push as hard as he can on his soft tyres, try and eke out as much life, but with as much pace as he possibly can before he makes his pit stop to put the supers on, which I imagine will be round about lap 17, 18. I think he might be looking to make a pit stop. So he's basically got to, as long as he's got the he's got the grip left in his tyres, he's basically got to do 7 qualifying laps on these soft tyres now, because obviously Robbo's going to be on a quicker tyre. So Robbo will be on a slower tyre, but a much more durable tyre.
Yeah.
And
of course, all Bobs will be already up to temperature as well, won't they? As well.
Yeah,
so.
Robbo's in clear out at the moment. He's got Matt 7 seconds up the road from him, so he's got some nice clear out at the moment.
With Matt, of course, needing to pit as well, so you'd be looking more towards a figure of about 9.5, wouldn't you, between himself and the guy above him, which is AJ, who's currently, of course, still part of a 3-car battle. These guys have been nose to tail literally since the opening bell of the race, and they're still rolling on as we speak. Lap number 12, ladies and gentlemen, for the race leaders.
Yeah, I'm just looking at
half distance.
Matt's pitted. I'm just looking at this though. The gap between Robbo and AJ in front of him is 8 seconds. Now these guys will be probably looking to do another 5 or 6 laps yet on these supers, on these soft tyres. But it's feasible that Robbo could get caught in a bit of traffic before those guys pit. He could be held up here. Could be picked up a 3-second penalty. If you see where I'm going with this, AJ Smokespace and Johnny Bravo will be doing another 6-7 laps, I would think, and the rate that Robbo's catching them, he could end up getting held up, which will suit Bingley down to a T.
Well, in effect, Beer is going to win in the race. Absolutely winning the race. This was literally crunch time in this Grand Prix.
We don't know whether that's going to happen or not. I mean, I'm going to be keeping a careful eye on that gap between Robbo and AJ to see just how quickly he's catching those cars on the older tyres in front of him.
What was it, 8.2, wasn't it, I think, at the start of the lap?
7.5, yeah, 7.5 now, that gap. Cookie is catching Robbo, by the way. Not Cookie, Syke is catching Robbo.
Yep. I can see that here, mate, as well. Let's have a look and run through.
Gap 2.4 seconds between Robbo and Syke.
Towley going on to the, well, what is in effect the 3rd/4th/5th place battle at the moment. Towley isn't dropping Skillen. Skillen doing a really good show here today.
Yeah, he is.
The last time I
watched Skillen, I think was Canada, and I think that went horribly wrong for him. Robbo's just set a fastest lap of the race, but Ghost has matched, Zyke has matched it and gone quicker.
Haynes into the pit lane. This is going to see where he comes out compared to Max. Those guys were literally all over each other. Cookie Chip, who was overtaken by Haynes, funnily enough, now has to the max between the two of them. What an absolute beast of an undercut there by Cookie Chip. 7.5 seconds Beery's gained. 7.5 seconds on Haynes from the undercut. 4-lap undercut. That is rather a lot.
He wasn't that far behind. He wasn't that far behind, mate. He wasn't over. He wasn't. That would put him 11 seconds behind, and he wasn't 11 seconds down.
I think Haynes was in front of Cookie Chip.
No. Cookie.
He overtook him, didn't he?
No, but Haynes Haynes pit before though. Haynes was
that was his first stop.
Yeah. Haynes stayed out. He stayed out. Don't forget, Cookie's been on his tyres now for 4 laps. He stayed out for an extra 4 laps. He was losing probably 1.5 seconds per lap. Actually, thinking about it.
Especially when you saw that, of course, that's when the tyres degraded in that sense.
Yeah, Skillen staying with Towley. Johnny Bravo's, he was starting to eke out a bit of a gap. He's not out of DRS yet, but it's gone from 0.2 of a second, nose to tail, to just under a second now between Johnny Bravo and Smokespace. AJ holding station about half a second behind Smokespace. The gap between Robbo and AJ is now 5.2. I think Robbo's going to be okay, actually. I think if these guys pit lap 16, 17, which I expect them to do, I think Robbo's okay. I don't think he's going to get held up.
Syke with a penalty, that's going to be huge at the end of this Grand Prix. We say it every time, but especially when people are fighting at the front, that's going to be absolutely whopping. Between that, the gap between Bingley and Robbo, ladies and gentlemen, 25.7 seconds. I think it was, quote me if I'm wrong, Bingley was about 3 seconds ahead of Robbo coming into the pits.
I think
in the region of that.
About 4.5 seconds, mate. He pulled out 4.5 seconds. Haynes is cruising up behind Max again because he's on same compound but much fresher. He's now within DRS. He's just cruising up behind him. I think Max will be. He's got his rear. If he's not already, he will have his rear view mirrors absolutely full of a Williams in a minute.
That's more than they could say about the 2019 cars, isn't it? You know what I mean? But we'll leave that.
I quite like the look of them, to be honest, mate. I mean, it's just me, but at the end of the day, though, it's just a paint job. It's what's underneath the hood makes all the difference.
Only took him 3 days to get the car out on the testing track, and Haynes, as you mentioned, very close to the back.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and swing around here. He's given him room, though.
He's pulled off on Cookie Chip as well, didn't he?
No, Max has held it. There's good driving there. Max gave him the room as well. Smokespace. Oh, he's cooked it in the pits. 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Go penalty. That's going to hurt him.
Skillen going for the undercut on Towley. But as we've seen, 13 laps on them supers, he's going to be like a dog at the end of the race.
Yeah.
And here comes Haynes. This car's coming out of the pits as well.
But to the Max has got the inside line. Is he going to swing around the inside? It's going to be brave, but send up the inside. He has done. Can he hold it? Yeah, nicely done. He went. Oh, he's got a move. Oh, there he's held it. Excellent. He went in quite deep and then covered his line superbly coming out of turn 2. Hit the apex perfectly. Went a little bit wide, but he was carrying the speed. That was the critical thing. Carried the speed through the corner.
Early candidate for driver of the day here. Haynes is pulling off some stunning moves on people. Just brilliant.
Yeah,
He's hit anybody.
That move on Cookie was outstanding in sector 3 early on in the race. I think it was Cookie, wasn't it? He passed. It was a great move.
Speaking of Cookie Chip, mate, going just a little bit further up the road now, just one straight up the road. Cookie Chip has to deal with Skillen all over again, but this time
Skillen's much faster. So here we go, Skillen, having a look at the inside here. He might just sweep past him here. I think he was probably going to get the job done here. Yeah, he should have.
Stop go!
And he's got to stop go. Oh, that's dangerous. That's nasty.
Critical.
Yeah, that's going to cost him hugely. Now, will he serve the penalty now?
No. Comes off at the end.
It's going to come off at the end.
Or will it? Let's have a look.
Yeah, he hasn't served it.
Surely not. No, he's not served it. That's a really quick bit stop.
Served it. Now, where's Robbo? Where's Robbo? Robbo is...
He's done him.
Robbo's through.
However, behind as well. Here comes Syke all over the back of him. Go on, Beer. Sorry to cut you across.
Yeah. However, now obviously Bingley has got to get as much life, as much pace out of his tyres as quickly as he can. He needs to catch and pass Robbo again, and then try and hold him up.
Speaking of hold up, mate, I think we've got a Sauber at the front of the field here. 15 laps on these tyres. This is its 16th lap, AJ.
Yeah, I expect to come in.
Look how close everyone is.
Some of these guys have actually come out a little bit, they've pitted a little bit earlier than I thought. Yes, Bingley's a second on Robbo and goes just half a second behind, so quite close there.
A shout out to Townley.
Skillen and Townley again.
Avoid the undercut. He's managed to avoid the undercut of Skillen. They've come out almost exactly.
Here comes Skillen. Here comes Skillen. Up the inside chicane, backs out.
That is what you call shutting the door, Beer. That is one of your trademark moves.
Absolutely.
You are made famous in ESR for doing that, and obviously long before that too. That is how you defend a position.
Yeah, you defend
inside.
Defend robustly, but fairly.
Yeah, and that was once again prime example of how to do that. We'll have a look at the comments section of it, guys, obviously at the moment. Here we go. This is the battle for the race.
Yeah, Robbo is looking to try and pass AJ. Bingley has to clear Robbo and clear him now.
He's going to have to move out the way, AJ, isn't he? He's going to have, AJ's going to have to move.
He doesn't have to. He's pitching.
Oh no, he's coming. He's coming in the pitch, yeah. That's what I meant. Like, just literally keep it and get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, this is the race now.
And Bingley, remember, has to put 5 on Robbo as well.
And don't discount.
I think he has a 3-second penalty. Oh yeah, Syke as well.
Oh, here comes Bingley now. Is he going to try and make the move here? He got a good exit, but Robbo held the line really well. I think he's going to have to look for a DRS pass on that back straight.
You'd imagine. You would imagine. This is really... this will take an absolute send to high heaven, wouldn't it? Look how close they are going around.
They've both got good exits through here now. This is the critical thing. He needs to pass him here.
2 of the top drivers outside of professional racing.
Robbo got defensive. Will Bingley try and send at the inside? Will he try and sweep around the outside and then cut back in again? Here we go.
6 months.
He's got it done. He's got it done. Great driving. But again, fair play to Robbo again. He gave him the space. Robbo gave him the space that now Sykes cruised up right behind these two. Look, this is for the lead, chaps. This is for the lead, viewers.
Genuine battle for the lead. I want to give a shout out to these guys. Much cleaner than last week. Much cleaner than last week. An absolute...
And Syke is now all over the back of Robbo. This is, I'm not saying it's unexpected, but I think Robbo was thinking, Bingley's my man, but
Syke's pulled right back in, hasn't he?
Yeah, Syke's like, excuse me, I'm having a bit of this action, thank you very much. I'll just
now, Beer, we saw in Monaco, didn't we?
Just I didn't.
If it needs to be cut off. Oh, I think it was me and you in Monaco. Me and you did Monaco together.
No, we didn't. I don't do Monaco. We did... No, it's a different race we did.
You didn't do Canada.
Yeah,
I did that myself.
I thought I did Canada. I can't remember. Do you know what, mate? It's the drugs I'm on.
Fuck it.
That's all I can say. Yeah.
Sums that up. Anyway, I was going to say Syke stuck a move up Skillen's inside, didn't he? And obviously he's not doing that. He just has to show patience.
Here comes
He's clearly quicker at this stage of the race.
Yeah, he is going to be looking for a DRS pass here, I think. Robbo's going to have to go up defensive here and then try and get a really good exit. It's all down to this. I think Robbo has got a good exit, to be fair. He did get a good exit.
A fantastic exit, but is that going to be enough to hold back Syke? Will Syke be able to make a move?
Go to the inside. Here comes the move for second place. This is for track position as well, and Syke gets the job. Once he holds it, he's got the job done.
That was brilliant. Oh, that was
Robbo
really nice
not giving up.
Syke, I'll give him that. Really nice manoeuvre.
Robbo's going to try and slipstream him here to try and get a slingshot through these two. It's a really fast corner, this one. It's maximum throttle all the way through. I think Zane's held it now. That's interesting for Robbo. He's like, whoa, wasn't expecting that possibly.
And by the way, Towley, Skillen on the softer tyre than him. This could really, really fall apart for Rob. We'll be seeing a Rob. I think they're a bit too far back, but
yeah, don't forget, Robbo's tyres will last to the end comfortably. The supers will be screaming out in agony come the end of the race. I think Robbo's.
So basically, they need to get the move done.
Yeah, Smokes by 3 second penalty. I don't. Yeah, Towley is catching Robbo, but I think it'll only be for another couple of laps, and I think Robbo will start to pull it out again then. Just thinking about how the first stint went. We had a similar in the first stint where the supers were really quick, but then we saw the way Bingley wound Robbo back in and passed him and left him.
It was just easy, wasn't it? Yeah, I was about to say, he just kind of left him in the dust, didn't he? Kind of in that sense.
Well, Bingley's doing exactly what he. Cookie's got 3 second penalty. Bingley's doing exactly what he has to do. He's got to pull out a gap on these two battling for second place. Because he is carrying that 5 second stop go. So I don't believe he served. I could be wrong, but I don't think he did.
It was a very quick pit stop, wasn't it, in comparison to what it should be. We've got about 4th position here, ladies and gentlemen. We can't forget this one. Skillen and Towley.
Here he comes on DRS. He looks like he's going to. As long as they've overcooked on the brakes, can he get this done? Towley's gone defensive.
Good move. Swerved out a little bit wide, didn't he?
He forced. I think his line just forced Skillen out, but Skillen's not giving up. This is 4th position.
Robbo not giving up either here. Look how close Skillen is to the back of Towley's car. Onto the TV
pod Skillen at the inside. Can he hold it? I think. I think he might get this job done. Yeah, he has done. Great move by Skillen. He's been threatening that for the last few laps.
That's a quality move.
Indeed.
Some of the best racing the RRF1 has actually ever bloody witnessed this.
It's a superb race. And as far as Towley's concerned, that's not helping his championship hopes here. He needs to be finishing ahead of Robbo here. It's like. And of course, Robbo's enjoying it now because this battle is allowing Robbo just to slip away a little bit. He's put about 1.5 seconds on because of this battle. These two guys having to go defensive in certain corners. But Robbo, in fact, is all over the back of Zaney. He's still not giving up this position yet to Zaney.
AJ and Max as well in the background having a battle. Max's soft tyres and Cookies are both 11 laps old. That could potentially have a really, really lasting effect.
Yeah, these guys.
Have you seen what lap we're on?
Lap 20. Lap
20 already.
Yeah. I just think that Max pitted too soon. Same as Cookie. I think they just went in too early to pick up those soft tyres.
Good move by AJ there, getting the move up into 11th place. This isn't even the points. Look how hard they're scrapping. AJ, will he hold it? Yes,
Towley on Skillen. Skillen's gone defensive. Towley's gone on the outside. Is he going to try and return the favour?
Skillen's line all over the place.
Yeah, he's back end switching a little bit there. I think he's running a slightly lower downforce, I think. Towley is going to get moved the inside. I think he's going to get it here. I think Towley should have it.
Side.
Yeah, he's Skillen's looking to try and cut back, but Towley's got that one done. It's a big move for Towley. Skillen's run a little bit wide there as well.
Again. Overtakes coming out of her arse. Unbelievable. Smoke Spaceman. And Bravo was coming from a second down on Smoke Spaceman. Bravo was a second off Smoke Spaceman at the beginning of the lap.
A bit of a corner cut there from
did you see that?
Smoke Space. He's got away with that as Smoke Space, but that was probably got a warning for that, I'd imagine. Because all 4 wheels were off the track there as he cut that corner.
The way Codemasters work it, they probably think they ended up bleeding disqualifying from the race, how harsh they can be sometimes. Yeah. Lap 21 of 27 in what has been possibly the best race I've watched as a part of this league. This is back and forth.
As far as Bingley's race laps are concerned, just to let you know, he's pulled out 3.1 seconds on Syke. Robbo is 1.07, say 1.1 behind. So the gap between Bingley and Robbo is 4.3. As we know, Bingley's got to serve a 5 second time penalty, which puts Robbo net a second in front of Bingley. And the question for Bingley now is, can he get his tyres going? I think he has got one. I think I did see him pick up 1 penalty. I think Robbo's clean. I'm pretty sure I saw.
This is going to be mentally close at the end of this race.
Yeah, Robbo could still have this. Robbo could still have this on penalty countback. Saying that, Bingley just put another couple of tenths. In fact, really, Sykes almost acting as Bingley's wingman here as far as his battle with Robbo's concerned, because he's holding. Bingley's just extending his lead a little bit over Syke, and of course Syke is he's now cleared Robbo. Robbo's out of DRS at the moment, and the gap is now 5 seconds between Bingley and Robbo. The question is
hit his target in that case.
Yeah, the question is how long are Bingley's super softs going to have the race pace to maintain that gap over Robbo? That's the question. Both tyres would be hurting at the end, because Robbo would have done 16 laps on the softs by the end. Bingley would have done 11 laps on the supers. Just to give you an idea. Up to 5.5 seconds now between Bingley and Robbo. I think Bingley now.
The 8th position battle beer as well. Sorry to get.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Bravo
and Haynes. Yeah, they've been going at it. It's 100
Look at Smoke's big man. Oh no, great drive by Smoke. Bravo runs wide under the Bravo ran wide under the kind of pressure that Smoke was giving him.
Yeah.
Haynes just up the road from this as well. The super soft tyres seemed to be honestly a little bit more durable at the end of the race than at the start.
Yeah,
the guys aren't tailing off anything like what they were.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these guys had to run an out lap, a qualifying lap, and an in lap during. The guys who started in the supers. Smoke's base getting the move done, I think here. Yeah, he slipped in quite nicely there. Moves into 8th position. And also, of course, the track's rubbing in a bit more. There's a bit more grip now. They don't have to throw the car into the corners quite so much. So they're taking a little bit less out of the tyres, maybe. Fuel loads are coming down as well. Obviously means the car's lighter. That's going to make the tyres have a bit more longevity. Bingley's doing the job.
Myself.
Yeah, Bingley
is just one of the best people at explaining some of the basics, guys. For those of you who aren't really, even the guys potentially in F3, if you're really experienced or are looking for any advice, Beer's one of the top guys to give it you. Beer, you say yourself, you're not the quickest in the world, but you have the mind for it. And Syke with a 3-second penalty.
Yeah,
3-second penalty.
I think that's my alter ego, Angry Beer.
I like that. Doesn't want to get in front in case you get screamed at. Syke with the 3-second penalty going back to the action there. That is going to be absolutely humongous.
Yeah, that's correct.
Especially now, Bingley.
Yeah, I think that's Syke's second penalty. The gap between Bingley and Robbo now is 6.5. Again, Bingley's still extending it. Robbo is not lapping it as quick as Bingley at the moment. Again, the question is, as I mentioned earlier, is how long can Bingley maintain this pace as his tyres start to hurt? Only 4 laps to go, though. It's not too far to go to the max 3-second penalty. To the max, he's not had the best of races today, to be fair. He's struggled a little bit here.
Leave us Bravo. Bravo went off.
Oh, sector 2, there's an incident. I didn't catch that, but I saw the
Bravo
flag.
spun, I think. Spun
no,
Bravo, potentially. There was no immediate
Yeah, he's lost 9 seconds.
battle together.
Yeah, he's lost 9 seconds there.
There was no battle together there, but I was about to say it was like he almost spun by himself then.
Is it the Codemaster's hand of God just twisted his car around?
We've all had that, I tell you, bleeding Christ. Fucking Cody's bastards.
Well, Rara had it in Canada.
7 lap old tyres with a spin. That was funny.
Yeah, he's got a flat spot in this.
That was genuinely funny.
Well, I thought it was very funny because it gave me the race win. I think Johnny Bravo might have to possibly pit here. He's obviously got a flat spot in his tyres. He's really struggling for the corners now. Or can he burn through this flat spot? He's obviously picked up a flat spot there somewhere. Yeah, he's lost it. Look at that.
He's all over the place.
He's got the place. He's lost tyre temperature as well.
One spin.
Don't forget, of course, he's pitting. He's coming in. Yeah, he had no choice there. He's lost all tyre temperature. He's got a flat spot. That is not pleasant to drive with. He's just going to go backwards.
Grand Prix out there.
Not having a good one there. They're now 11th and 12th now. They're out of the points. This could be a disaster here for Haas. He's going to put the ultras on there just for a quick blast. I don't even think, barring any instance, he's going to gain anything out of this. But he had no choice. Instantly at the front now, Bingley is still going quicker. He's been gap between him and Robbo is now at 7.5 seconds. Bingley is doing exactly what he needs to do. Can he maintain this pace on those super softs?
New winner, the first winner outside of Robbo and Towley in the Elite League. Are we going to see the stranglehold of the top two broken finally? Will Bingley announce himself? Obviously, there's only 3 laps now to find out. Go on, sorry.
Talking about Towley, he has now dropped Skillen comfortably. 5 seconds
Look at
now
the gap
between those two.
Jesus Christ. Skillen, he's round. Skillen round. Skillen struggling. Heavily. Skillen cannot get round the corners. Look at him struggling here, Beer. Tyre temps through the roof.
Sykes picked up another 3 second. That's dropping him down to 3rd. In fact, that's bringing Towley into play now for 3rd place.
Yeah.
Penalties.
I was about to say Towley as well. Now he's managed to get free of Skillen, can now begin to focus and look how much he's caught up on Robbo. That's a second and a half since dropping Skillen. Second and a half. He'll be, well, in his own head, furious at Skillen for not letting him go. But obviously it's racing.
I think the
people
guy.
let people go.
Obviously, I'm just analysing. If I criticise any driver, there's nothing personal. Well, apart from when I'm criticising any of my F3 drivers. Apart from any of my F3 drivers, I just like those buggers off all day long because I'm racing them. The guy I think he's going to disappoint at the moment is, in some ways, is Cookie Chip. He's down in 6th at the moment. He hasn't made any mistakes or something. He just hasn't really had race pace in the second half of the race. He looked really good in qualifying. Looked good in the first stint. But he struggled a bit really. And Haynes is reeling in him now. The gap's under 4 seconds now, so it's probably a bit too far for a challenge. But you never know. I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed. I thought Cookie Chip had a good chance to get to 3rd or 4th. Oh no. Yeah, not so good for Johnny Bravo there. It's a race to forget for the Hasses, I'm afraid. Who is that? Skillen's gone very wide there. He's really struggling.
Skillen is struggling. He's lost 2 seconds in a lap to Towley. 2 seconds.
I just said Cookie's going to be disappointed now. He has a fighting chance of now Cookie of getting 5th place here. Gap between 1st and 3rd, which is for the race in essence. Because the race is now 8.6 seconds. So Bingley has pulled out one of the stints of all time on these super softs. I didn't expect at this stage of the race for them still to be quicker than the soft compound, but he's made it work.
All the other guys, barring Towley, who are on the super softs, have all struggled. Bravo.
Yeah,
actually really good.
I don't know why. I'm just wondering if the track temperatures really has had an effect on this, or the fact that simply because, as I mentioned, you've got a lighter car, there's much less wear on the tyres now, so the supers, we're seeing the true pace, where we didn't see that true pace perhaps in the first stint.
Less bearing load on the tyres going on, especially the long right
absolutely
in sector 3.
Yeah. Oh, it's a killer. That's a killer.
Anyway.
That left front
takes
that left front takes an absolute pounding through there. It's been literally dragged through there. At the end of the race,
sometimes the other one really battling.
Yeah.
Go on, sir.
Yeah, no, AJ's on that, looking for the minor points going. AJ's picking up a penalty. Yeah, he's pushing really hard. Just picked up a penalty there. I'd be a bit disappointed with that one. At the front, Bingley has a 6. Bingley's now in his final lap. He has a 6, just under a 7-second gap to Syke, who dropped Robbo. But of course, we know Syke's got penalties to contend with, which might bring Towley into play for a podium as well. So,
my driver of the day. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to get this out here. I was going to say Haynes, but he's not done much in the second stint, so I'm going to rule that one out. Especially as he gained 5 places. Good. I'll give him a shout out. Good effort. Do you know what? I never give it to the race winner. Never give it to the race winner usually, but I'm going to say Bingley.
Yeah, I do. I don't know why not, because quite frankly, the dominant drive deserves to be race of the day. It doesn't matter how many other takes somebody else does. The fact of the matter is, he didn't win. Bingley's going to win.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
But I'll say Bingley, mainly because of his second stint though. And how he still managed to pull the gap out during the end.
Tactically, and don't forget his pole position. That was crucial, absolutely crucial. He set his race up by getting pole.
Coming through the final few corners, but there was only 5 left. 1, 2, 3.
Less than that. It's not 2, really bad. I think.
4 now. Forgive me. So this little right-hander
2, 3
before the left-hander, and then the bitch of a right-hander. And I think I've just summed up every single racetrack in the world. But here comes Bingley then.
Lamheim wines Xbox One. Cookie Chip 3 same penalty. Well done, Bingley.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bingley wins his first ever RRF1
and that's a serious fish down across the line as well. I did like that.
The Bingley weave.
It's so easy to lose that and stick it in the wall.
Robbo Second.
Robbo's got second now. Will
Bingley
Towley
had penalties. Of course, he had that
will Towley take? Yeah, Towley's got
yes.
third. Yeah.
Sorry,
I thought that.
bit of a loud one there.
Yeah, I thought that.
Well, quiet but loud. Skillen, now, where will Skillen fit in there? Syker's lost out on a podium based on penalties. That's an absolutely wounding thing. Cookie chip. And Haynes has gone to 5th.
Haynes gets 5th. Skillen's dropped down to 6th. Yeah, good drive. What about Smoke Space? Yeah, Matt and AJ. I think Matt's got 9th here. Yeah.
He's got 8th.
Yeah, Matt's got 8th and AJ is 10th.
And the Haas drivers to the max has a puncture, I believe.
Yeah.
To the max
19, yeah,
19
laps, 19 laps on those softs. I am not surprised.
This PC, I tell you what, mate. That must mean I'm streaming a lot more quality. Sorry, mate. Oh my God, we got some entertainment at the end. Oh, poor Max. Jesus. Oh dear. Well, you know what, babe? This sums up the Haas Grand Prix, doesn't it? A puncture.
I'm afraid
on
it
the last
does.
lap.
Yeah.
In fact, it sums up Haas's weekend because obviously you had me and F2 didn't even get onto the grid. Obviously, Gridmaster had an absolute shocker in F3 as well.
That left rear has definitely seen better days there.
Right. I'd say the left rear.
Oh,
and that's a bit of a bizarre way to finish. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I've got a couple of comments in the Psyche goes there. Psyche got 1 warning for locking up, losing time. Only got 1 warning before getting another penalty. And his input, plus he got held off 1.2 seconds in a pit cause glitch. All I've got to say to that is, give me your PayPal address and I'll send you 20p so you can go phone someone who gives a fuck. Because we don't.
Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ.
Harsh,
you heard it there first, folks. So around Le Castellet, or Le Castellet, let's get the kind of pronunciation right. Bingley claims his first ever RRF1 victory here. I'm good. Brilliant. It's about time he did something. He's had a couple of good little stints here, a couple of good little races. I'm going to go and bring these guys in just to
okie dokie.
Wait for them. I'll let you do the top 10 rundown, beer.
Yeah, well, there's Bingley through in first place in Ferrari. Robbo second. Towley gets a podium. Pips Syke out on penalty count back. Syke in 4th. Haynes, good drive in 5th. Skillen 6th. Cookie Chip in 7th. Matt's a quiet but solid drive in 8th place. Smoke Space 9. AJ in 10th. Those are our point scorers. And sadly, in France, the Paul Ricard, there's no points for the 2 Haas drivers, Johnny Bravo and to the max. Both had difficult races. They had pace at times, particularly Johnny Bravo, but sadly not quite enough today to break into the top 10. But before the interview started, I just want to say that I thought that was an outstanding race. Some great tactics, some great driving, some good overtaking, some of the defensive work. I'm a great fan of defensive driving. I thought some of the defence was absolutely brilliant. And what I appreciate, for all the viewers watching, perhaps who don't watch every week or don't follow F1 particularly, is the elite drivers today, I thought, gave a great example of racing etiquette, which I'm very keen on. I.e. giving room where room is, to allow overtaking manoeuvres to take place, without risk to the 2 drivers involved. So to all the drivers, well done for that. I thought the racing etiquette was superb.
We've got everyone here as well, so I will give another shout out and just mimic Beer. Possibly the best one we've had in the first Elite League race we've had where there has been in fact the first race we've had where there has been no retirement, so an absolute shout out to
just go for P.
I'll do with this one then. Bingley, congratulations, mate. About time you've got your first ever RRF1 win. How's it feel? How's your race?
Finally won one. Yeah, I wasn't sure which tyre to start on, but I thought as the higher fuel days I'll start on the softs. And then it obviously seen the work. I knew Rob's tyres went off quite quick, so which helped me. And I just kind of took it easy from there, really. Tried to make no mistakes, except that pit stop one, which I tried to be so careful on. I still got a penalty. But
could literally have ended the race then, of course, for you.
Yeah.
But no, first RF1 win. You've finally broken the stranglehold of your 2 fellow podium Padres, so we finally got another new winner. But did you think, Bingley, at the end of your second stint, or the final stint, that did you think that Syke / Robbo would be able to would actually catch you based on how much problems that they had with super softs on the first stint themselves?
Honestly, I thought they would have closed off a little bit, but I mean, my tyres felt great at the end still, so I was not worried towards the end. So.
And the first time as well, we've got a unanimous driver of the day vote. We've actually given it to you based on the second stint. So congratulations on that front, mate. I just want to simply say that everybody put in an absolute stellar drive. Congratulations, and hopefully Bingley. As well, ask the question, Austria, how are you thinking? How are you feeling?
Simple track. Anyone can do it.
Don't say that. RRF1. RRF1 who have made us. There's nothing simple, but no. Totally get you. Really short track. Little room for mistakes, little room for error. Congratulations, mate. Good win. Are there any questions for Bingley?
Well, I've just gone for P. It's still stung, mate. I'm going to get down to doctors. No, just kidding. Yeah, we've been discussing wee, by the way, during the stream, guys. For me, your pole lap was superb because it allowed your strategy to really work. Were you surprised to get pole? I'm not disparaging your driving by your pace by any means, but were you surprised to pick Robbo for a pole?
I wouldn't have thought I got pole today after the last two nights.
Did you feel that getting pole played into your hands? I mean, in the commentary box, we thought it was perfect because obviously you were starting on the softer tyre, which will allow you to potentially hold up a driver, and then as their tyres went off, you're also still reasonably fresh to pull away. Did you feel that the pole was critical to you winning this race?
It did help a lot, to be honest. I mean, if I got stuck behind a few more drivers, I probably would have found it more difficult because I don't think I'm the best. But yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, tell us how you maintain pace so well in your super soft stint, because we honestly thought your tyres would go off, but they seem to just maintain pace all the way through. Did you change your driving style, or were you just that good, basically?
I'm quite surprised as well. It might have just been the track conditions and the that which just worked in my favour, and the way I just tend to drive, try to be as smooth as possible, and it just seemed to work.
Okay. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for those comments. Very well done indeed. A deserved win. My drive of the day, without a shadow of a doubt. So well done, mate. And I'll let Pos bring in Robbo for a quick chat.
Robbo, 18 points ahead at the start of the Grand Prix. 21 points ahead now, of course. Managed to get Towley, of course. Talk us through your race, mate.
Probably had the worst start of my life. It's the first time I haven't made up positions on anyone from the start. Well, really, I had to go around the outside of him in the end. But normally, I would normally be leading into the first corner. Even on the fastest tyre, Bingley not having a great start, I still couldn't get off the line quicker, which confused me. And then obviously, all Bingley had to do is just sit behind me until my tyres went off. Pretty much what I did to Johnny last night. I couldn't have had the worst first stint, if I'm honest. I'm usually quite good on my tyres, and for some reason, by lap 10, I was almost into the 36s. When I started lapping in the 33s. So, and then it really showed. I dropped about 5 seconds to Bingley, pitted, was, I was probably the fourth fastest driver out here today. So God knows how I got second. It's just really annoying because I've had pace, like a lot of pace around this track. But it's my 8th podium, so I can't really complain. Bingley isn't a threat right now. Unfortunately, he's, I don't know, 60, 70 points behind, so just thought I'll let you know. So I wasn't too
so he's got a point,
disheartening.
the points do tell the truth. The points do tell the truth. Bingley's start has obviously put you now, Rob, in a position where rather than having to look at multiple people in the championship fight, you've now got one focus.
Yeah.
Saying that though, has it made racing a little bit easier for you? Just knowing that, obviously, I'm going to say the same thing to Tom as well in a minute. Has it made it easy for you just to actually focus on one person? Obviously, I know you are number one guy. You want to win, and I can tell how dejected you are right now that you technically crossed the line in third. Believe you me. But has it made it easier for you knowing that you only have to focus on Towley?
Well, it makes picking your battles easier, I guess, because they've got to try and catch me up and have consecutively good races to catch me. So if I'm focused on one guy, so yeah, Bingley will catch us up while I'm focusing on Tom. But then when Bingley comes in, it gives Tom a headache as much as me. So Towley has to beat me, I have to beat Towley, and then when Bingley becomes more of a threat, say in about 6-7 races, or he might have a bad race, Bingley. So he might have a bad race in his next 7 races. Who knows?
Yep.
It could be a wet race, and anything can happen. So that's what I'm trying to play at. I'm trying to just take one race at a time. Try and make sure I beat Towley, but if I don't, then it's damage limitation after that. Very much like Monaco, for example. So yeah, I'm sure Tom would have said the same.
I think we're going to get a mimicked response in a couple of seconds from me. One final question from me, then I'll hand you over to Beer. Austria yourself, what are your thoughts about the track and your own pace?
I quite like it. My race pace is good around there, but my quali pace is not. It never is, because everyone seems to be really nailing the laps lately in qualifying. So I can never get pole in this championship. So I'll probably expect to be like 4th for next race or lower.
But for the 8th time this season, congratulations, and I'll hand you the bit.
Yeah, I've only got a Poz's covered most things there. I just want to ask one question, really. It's a similar question to what I asked Bingley. It's actually getting back to today's race, the way the strategies unfolded. When you guys made your pit stop rounds, obviously Bingley was going on to the initially quicker tyre. Were you surprised as the second stint unfolded to see Bingley maintain the pace in the supers? Did you expect his tyres to go off and your softs to then really switch on?
No, because the super soft is much better in the second stint because one, the tyres don't overheat, don't wear as quickly, and they can maintain a pace. Like I was doing 32.7s 4 laps in a row on the supers because I should have done soft to super, but I panicked and did a super soft Q2, which I shouldn't have. I could have easily got through on the soft, looking at the times, which kind of screwed me over in a way, but you can't win everything, unfortunately. So second place is as good as I'm going to get.
Exactly. I mean, in terms of the championship, as covered already, you've done exactly what you need to do, though. As long as you're finishing ahead of Towley, you're extending your lead. So basically, in terms of that, are you quite happy? You're happy with the second place, seeing Tom behind you. I guess that's something you want to see every week, really. But particularly today, obviously, I noticed that the pace that you and Bingley had was just at times it was just in a league of its own. So obviously you're happy with the 18 points. That's basically what I'm asking in a roundabout kind of way.
Best I can do. Not happy, but it's the best I can do.
Yeah, satisfactory. I think is probably the word, isn't it?
Exactly.
All right, well done anyway. Congratulations, and yet another podium, Mr. Consistency. Nice to see. And I'll just pass the microphone back to Mr. PosGlad to have a chat with Tom in 3rd place.
Got there by penalties, but a very, very, very fun race for you, Towley. Action from start to finish, pretty much, before you completely left Skillen in the dust at the end of the Grand Prix. Talk us through your race, mate. Very different from the other two.
Yeah, I sort of predicted it last week. I knew full well Rob and Bingley had more pace than me. I just needed to make sure that I didn't invalidate my qualifying laps. Got a really good start. Got past Ghost, got past AJ. Ghost then got past me, and I just thought, well, if I can just hang on now, not pick up a penalty, see where it plays out, I should get some good points. And I got lucky at the end. I admittedly had Rob feeding me how many penalties Syke had, so I knew if I needed to push or not. So last lap, just put it in rich and hot lap and tried to close the gap. And yeah, happy with a 3rd place. Can't really complain too much.
Great battling all the way through that race with Skillen as well. Were you surprised he stayed with you for so long?
No, I knew he was going to sit in my DRS. He did it to me last night. I just knew full well all I had to do was just make sure I kept him behind. There was a few questionable moves that he made, but apart from maybe 1 or 2 moves, it was some good fun driving. I expected him to drop off at the end of the stint on the supers. I think he's probably suffering from tyre temps. Didn't think he'd drop off 10 seconds, but yeah, third place, decent points. Didn't lose too many to Rob. So
Mimicked question, obviously. I asked it to Rob a minute ago. Championship fight. This puts a little bit more pressure on you. Obviously, a long way to go yet. Still 13 more to go. But do you kind of feel any pressure as of yet whether to catch Rob? Obviously, Rob has said he likes Austria.
not really, because for so many years that I've raced Rob, he's always beat me in the championship. I've been lucky once in a realistic championship, but he's always beaten me. So for me at the moment, this is just the norm. The only difference is I'm a lot closer in points. So I just know I've just got to get the laps in, get my head down, and hope that I can pull out a few cheeky wins over the season, get a few more podiums. But no, let's just take one race at a time.
Congratulations from me, mate. 15 points. I'll hand you the beer, and then we'll obviously wrap up.
Yeah, I have one question really. Considering your 27 nearest damn it lap battle with Skilling, are you going to have dreams of Skilling tonight in the non-sexual and non-perverted way?
He is going to cause me nightmares until next Sunday.
Thanks
He
for
really
that.
is.
That's what I thought. That's all I've got to ask. Well done, third place. You did it the roundabout way, but it's where you finish. It's what matters. 15 points, job done. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Congratulations to all three. Now, obviously, the focus switches to Austria. The Red Bull Bollock Corner, Bollock 1 and Bollock 2 will be in full force, ladies and
Horse,
gentlemen.
yeah, Red Bull Cock. Red Bull Cock next
Oh,
week. Can't
yes.
wait for that. Like a bit of Bull Cock. Not really, viewers.
Ooh. Oh, on that bombshell, you'll be we're back with you 8:45 live and in colour on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the top three. We don't even have to say commiserations because everybody's actually bleeding finished for Grand Prix. Thank you to everybody who stayed tuned the whole of the way through this, putting up with me and Beer. Much love to all of you. Thanks for the new follows. All the best. Goodbye for now.